What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hamstang, and today I'm just super excited to check out one of my favorite phones to review every year. And here is the POCO F5. If you guys follow this channel, you know that I absolutely do love the POCO series. I actually use the F1, the F2 Pro, the F3, one of my favorite phones, the F4 GT, and of course here we have the POCO F5. So in today's video, we're going to go through the key specs and features on this phone over here before you make your purchase decision. So yeah, so without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a quick unboxing video over here, and you're going to notice that the packaging over here is very similar to many other POCO phones we have had in the past. They have that black and yellow kind of design, which I really do like. I'm going to put this on the other side. So here is where I assume where your cases and the manual books would be. So here we have it, we have the safety guide, we have the warranty and all this good stuff, the safety pin as well. We have a clear phone case right off the box. Absolutely do appreciate that. You have a safety pin on the case as well. Here's the phone in a unique packaging here. Normally it's a wraparound. And before we go any further, let's check out what else we have. We have the turbocharger here, the Xiaomi turbocharger. So again, just going to take this out, put it at the side. 67 watts, so nothing too groundbreaking over here, but still very decent and very fast. Put this on one corner. Let us check out the phone. So comes in a sealed bag. This is the black color edition, and boom, looking really nice. I would say very shiny, glossy back design. Nice size here. And let me just set out this phone and I'll see you guys in a little bit. First here I want to talk about is the price on this phone. So here in Malaysia, it does go for about 1699 ringgit Malaysia for the base model, and for the higher spec model can go for 1799 ringgit Malaysia. But knowing it's POCO, they do have their monthly sales, so you can get it if you're not in a rush for 1399, and if you get the higher spec model for 1499 ringgit Malaysia. So that is about 300 ringgits of savings, which is about 50 bucks of savings. Go and let's talk about the build and design on this phone. So starting with the front here, we do have a Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front, but on the back and on the sides it is made out of plastic. And one thing I want to highlight to you guys is that if you're not going to use this phone without a case, you are going to get a lot of fingerprint smudges over here, which is pretty annoying. So you have to wipe it constantly, or you have to put a case on it. For you guys who do not like to use case, that may be a problem of you because it may get a little bit greasy. But other than that, it is a very good design over here. Very nice and simple with their black design, and I do like the triple camera setup. Going on to the sides here, we do have the squared off sides, and on the right side we have the volume rocker on the top. And we also have the power button and also the fingerprint scanner on the bottom. On the other side, we don't have anything, which is pretty clean. And on the bottom here, we do have the USB-C for charging, SIM card tray slot, and the down-firing speaker. And switching it on the top here, we have the top 5 speaker, and we do have the headphone jack. So yes, we do have the headphone jack for all you wired earbuds users out there, especially for your gaming sessions. You know, that is really important. So as we can see here, the fingerprint scanner works really fine. All you need to do is just gently tap on the side, it gets the job done. And if you point it to your face, face unlock as well looks really fast and simple. As we can see there, very easy to detect, so you don't have to worry about it. And now let's just talk about the display on this phone. So the POCO F5 does come with a nice 6.67 inch AMOLED panel over here, with of course your 120Hz HDR10 Plus support, and of course the Dolby Vision as well on this phone. So yes, it is massive when it comes to the specs on this phone. And in terms of the peak brightness here it goes for about 1000 nits. Of course, it's a step down from the F3, which came in at 1300 nits. And if you talk about the display here, it looks really nice, vibrant, punchy colors, you get your deep blacks as well. Very accurate, I would say, overall, and I do like the display here. Very nice to look at, and of course watching content, I think it's going to be really nice. As we can see there, you're going to get a very good here display, and also it does come with a very massive size. And of course, the main attraction when it comes to POCO phones is of course the internal specs. So here with the POCO F5, we do have the Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 2 processor, a 4nm processor, which of course is amazing. You do have your 5G support as you would expect, and I actually run a Geekbench on this phone, so you can see here massive scores here. Single core score at about 1006 and a multi-core score of 4003. And just for your reference here, this is a phone with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, and it does give you 8 Gen 2, sorry, and it does give you 1512 and 47. So it is very comparable to the 8 Gen 2 processor over here. It is of course not super reflective because I didn't run a full optimum test, which I will do in a separate video, but it does give you a little bit of some thoughts on how this processor is. Other than that, depending on where you're from, here I do have the 12 gigs RAM variant. In certain areas you're going to get the 8 gigs RAM variant, which is not too bad, I would say, and it does have your RAM expansion feature as well, which you can go on to in your settings, so you can expand the RAM to give you a little bit more boost. And of course, talking about the storage here, we do have UFS 3.3 storage, 3.1 storage, up to 256 gigs of storage, or you can max it out at 512. So yes, massive numbers over here, massive specs on the POCO F5. And of course, next thing I want to talk about here is the battery and charging. So in this phone, we do have a massive 5000 milliamps of battery, and of course you can charge it up with the 67 watts Mi turbo charger over here. And in terms of the battery settings, you have your save battery mode, balance, and of course performance, in case if you guys want to use it for your gaming sessions with the F5. Not least, let us talk about the cameras on this phone. So starting with the selfie shooter, which is of course located on the top center corner over here, it does give you a nice 16 megapixel f2.5 sensor, which can record up to 1080p at 60 fps. Of course, if we switch it on to the back here, we do have a triple camera setup. Starting with the main lens here, 64 megapixel f1.8 sensor, and it does have a dual autofocus and OIS as well. We do have the ultra wide lens, 8 megapixel f2.2 sensor with 120 degrees field of view, and lastly we have the macro shooter, 2 megapixel f2.4, and it does give you the third camera. Here it can record up to 4K at 30 fps. And if you talk about the camera settings here, we have the documents, video, photo, portrait, night mode as well. And of course we have these other settings which I really do like. We have the 64 megapixel to give you that more crispy and raw photo shots. We also have the vlogging section as well, short video, time-lapse, and all this other good stuff which I really do like with the F5. And now let's check out some photos from this phone and see how good are those shots. So that is it with the POCO F5, and of course if you guys did enjoy this video, do click the like and smash the subscribe button down below for more videos like this in the future. And of course if you have any questions, do leave it in the comment section down below. So I'll see you guys in the next one.